Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. I hope that you guys are not too full of turkey yet, so I figured I would do a Thanksgiving-packed edition of Coffee Chatter to help make your Thanksgiving a little more fun. Let's start off with a lot of entertainment news. First off, The View star Walters reveals her official reason for leaving. Barbara Walters, longtime ABC personality, best known for her ongoing appearance on The View, announced for the first time on Jimmy Kimmel Live Monday night the real reason why she's retiring next May. And this was last Monday, not this past Monday. Walters told Kimmel and the audience that she wants to leave while people can still say she'll be missed, instead of, ugh, is she still on? I find that kind of honorable to Barbara because, you know, she has been on TV for a long time. And for someone to say that it's time to leave before the audience starts saying, oh my God, she's been on for too long, is something to be looked at. Means she really cares about her fans or the people that watch her. Next up, country singer is expecting. It's official. Kelly Clarkson's Christmas wish is coming true. The newlywed tweeted Monday, again this was last Monday, not the Monday that just went by, that she is pregnant, raising questions as to if she was actually pregnant when she appeared on Leno earlier in the month. Clarkson's new husband has 2 children from a previous relationship. This also makes grandchild number 3 for country singer Reba McEntire, whose stepson married Clarkson. Congratulations to all. Recent news says that she thinks she's having a girl because her pregnancy is literally killing her. And they say that hard, difficult pregnancies usually equal females. So we shall see if that old wives' tale is true. Next up, USA cancels show after 3 seasons. The 3-season USA show Necessary Roughness has been canceled. No obvious reason for the cancellation, just that it was time to cancel it. It had run its course, is the way USA put it. Eliminated Dancing with the Stars actress lands her new gig. Not even 1 week after being shockingly eliminated from season 17 of Dancing with the Stars, actress Leah Remini has landed a new acting gig. Leah will be a recurring star on the current TV Land show The Exes, playing Stewart's older sister, a role that TV Land says is very similar to Carrie from King of Queens, personality-wise. The new season of The Exes appears on Wednesday, December 11th at 10:30 on TV Land. ABC is losing yet another longtime journalist. Long-standing ABC journalist is leaving ABC News and will become a journalist for Yahoo, a company owned by ABC. Katie Couric says she will continue her daytime talk show as long as it lasts, which reviews look like it may be its last season as well, but we will see. ABC says that although they are sad to see her go, they know Katie will be a great asset to Yahoo, and also said they will always welcome her back if she decides to return. TV Chef shows that live TV really is live. Food Network chef Giada De Laurentiis showed the world on Saturday that when they say live TV, they mean it. While cutting herself a slice of co-chef Bobby Flay's turkey, Giada cut her finger with a knife. She tried to control the bleeding on her own, but was starting to turn white and feel faint, so was taken for medical attention off camera. The cut happened around 1:30 p.m. towards the end of their annual Thanksgiving Live celebration, where the selected chefs of the year make their best Turkey Day dishes live, as well as interact with watchers via Skype, Twitter, Facebook, and email, answering their questions. Giada returned by the final 5 minutes of the show and appeared in much better spirits. Next, Family Guy loses a major character. Fans of Family Guy were struck with sadness during Sunday's new episode as they all said goodbye to well-beloved dog Brian, voiced by Seth MacFarlane. Brian was struck by a car and could not be saved, not even with Stewie's time machine. The episode showed that they got a new dog named Vinny, voiced by an actor from The Sopranos. But will he live up to Brian? Apparently now this has also been considered a hoax. So, if you watch Family Guy, please comment and let us know if this actually happened or if it was something that was made up. Hats off to talk show hosts for honoring heroes. Talk show host and chef Rachel Ray honored heroes during Tuesday's episode of her show, which is now seen locally at 10 a.m. on MeTV 38, Comcast 14, my TV 38, not me, and 5 p.m. on WBIN, which is Comcast 18. These are New Hampshire channels, so if you're an out-of-state watcher, you may have to find where you can watch her on your own. Over 120 people who were considered heroes over the past year were invited to be on her show, and all the heroes in the audience got special gifts. While not all 120 heroes were mentioned on air, their stories can be found on her website, which is www.rachelrayshow.com. And notice that Rachel spells her name Rachel instead of EAL. For anyone who wishes to read them. A few that appeared on the show include a family of 4 that adopted 3 orphans from Africa after visiting them at a mission trip, a pair of teachers that shielded their students from the harmful tornado, and a bus driver who stopped a woman from jumping off a bridge. That was a very interesting story. Lastly, some annoying news. Carrie Underwood is getting mean tweets on Twitter about her upcoming role as Maria in the live version of Sound of Music. People are tweeting her saying that she isn't Julie Andrews and is doing her a disservice by playing her role. Carrie's only response is that she knows she's not Julie, nor is she trying to take her place. What do you think of this? Are you going to watch it? Sound of Music Live is on NBC on Thursday at 8 p.m. Next, we have our long-awaited Dancing with the Stars semifinals and finals. Actually, just finals. I forgot to update that. Okay. Season 17 ended in a 2-night finale, and both nights were packed with action. So let's get right to it. First up on Monday, the Fab Four faced off in 3 different dances. Let's start with round 1, titled the Improvement Round, where a judge picks one dance that each person could improve upon, and they must dance it again. First up, underdogs Bill and Emma were given the Viennese waltz to attack a second time. Len Goodman was the judge assigned to this couple. It was a beautiful dance, but as usual, his timing was off a little. He received the same score he did the first time of 24 out of 30, so really no improvement. Second to dance was Corbin and Karina, who were also given a dance by Len. Their dance to improve upon was the quick step. It was an interesting concept for the introduction, which I think was the same introduction they did when they first did it. A bit better than the last time, they got a 27 out of 30, which was 1 point higher than the first time they danced this dance. Bruno visited Jack and Cheryl to give them the jive. His jive was much better than the first time, especially in the area of his kicks and flips. Or kicks and flicks is what they're actually called. However, he lost timing in a few areas, resulting in a score of 24 out of 30, which is a 3-point drop than his original score. Last but not least, Amber and Derek were assigned to redo their Charleston by Carrie Ann. Amber, although she also had her mistakes, was told that hers was the most improved of the 4 dancers. They were given a perfect score of 30, a huge 6-point increase from their first attempt. Round 2 delivered the dancers their first ever samba relay, in which each couple danced and was given additional points, with the person in 4th place getting 2 points and the person in 1st getting 5. Bill and Emma, surprise, surprise, came in 4th, adding 2 points to their scores, followed by Jack and Cheryl with an additional 3. Amber and Derek came in 2nd, adding 4, and Corbin and Karina added 5. The last round of Monday night's show is always everyone's favorite, the freestyle. Freestyle basically means there's no set rules, like you can do as much lifts or tricks as you want, as long as there's dancing involved and it's not all acrobatics. Bill and Emma took the floor first, performing their freestyle to the theme from Indiana Jones. While he clearly is not a high-scoring dancer, he certainly is entertaining. This dance was hilariously funny, and Bill even took his shirt off at the end to the shock of his wife. Score 25 out of 30, which included his first ever 9 paddle from Len. Corbin and Karina danced their freestyle to Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal, a welcome surprise considering most picked Thriller. It was an interesting concept and tons of risky tricks. Personally, I would have liked to see more dancing, but the judges loved it, and awarded them a perfect score of 30. Jack and Cheryl followed the age-old saying of keep it simple and did a basic freestyle that highlighted Jack's improvements and included almost every dance from Ballroom in a little segment. They proved that you can still put on an amazing freestyle without going nuts, and were also given a perfect score of 30. Going last was Amber and Derek with a fusion of country western and Bronx stepping. It was very entertaining and simplistic and sophisticated at the same time, getting yet another perfect 30. At the end of the night, the Fab Four became the final 3 when underdog Bill Engvall was eliminated on the final night, but ended on a classy note and 25 pounds lighter. Now let's get to the real finale. In my opinion, in the few short years I've watched the show, my first time watching the show was season 12, I believe, when Ricky Lake and Nancy Grace and all those people were on. That was my first official time watching it. For some unknown reason, I had never found it before, although it's been on since 2005. So what happened there, I don't know. But anyway, this has been the best finale ever. All 3 of the dancers were really good, and it left us guessing who would win. The final 3 did have their fusion dances to perform, as well as the whole cast returning to perform either a short dance or a new number rehearsed just for the finale. The show opened with the whole cast dancing to a song that got the crowd going. Even the judges were spotlighted. I believe the song was called "A Party Never Killed Somebody," but I'm not sure. That's the lyrics that kept being repeated, so I'm assuming that had something to do with the title. I'm not sure, though. Amber's freestyle was chosen by America to be performed again as an encore, which kicked off the show. Instead of mixing the returning stars dances with the competition dances, they had the returning stars perform during the first hour, and then the fusions were danced the second hour, which I thought was very organized and very neat. First up for the returning stars was Bill Nye, who was the one that was thankfully voted off, but I'm sure if he hadn't been voted off that week, he would have quit anyway because of his injury to his leg. Bill Nye put on a hilarious cha-cha for his return dance. Although his partner did more cha-chas than he did, he was too busy flipping around like the mad scientist that he is. And they wanted that to show off that his leg is pretty much healed, although I think it was a little cheesy, but it was funny to watch. Snooki and her partner did a very, very, very small version of their dance, and Brant and Peta paired up with Christina and Mark to perform side by side to save time. Elizabeth and Val also returned, dancing a simple routine. Valerie and Tristan returned, and Valerie received a standing ovation before she even danced. They performed a brand new dance, performed to a live version of What a Wonderful World, sung live by Colby Calais. It was a beautiful dance and very fitting for her. Team Foxing Awesome from week 7 returned, which ironically featured all 3 of the finalists, and they did their routine to a live version by Yelvis to, you guessed it, that annoying song, What Does the Fox Say? Anywho, at the end of this dance, Tom Bergeron made a reference that dressing up like an animal to dance gets good scores, unless you're Michael Bolton, who was eliminated due to scoring after performing a jive to Hound Dog. You guessed it, dressed as a dog. Now, Michael Bolton can be seen singing on the Honda commercials. Interesting switch of tacks there. Leah and Tony reperformed one of their most popular dances of the season, their high-scoring tango. The only one that I believe did not return to dance, although he was there, was Kishan and Sharna, or whatever her name was. I believe they chose not to participate, and they just kind of were there. Which, you know, is sad, but maybe he had a reason. Bill and Emma also performed one more time, performing their energetic and entertaining samba. After all the past cast members danced, the remaining 3 faced their toughest and last challenge of season 17, the fusion dance, where 2 totally different dances must be fused together. Corbin and Karina were given the cha-cha and the foxtrot. The cha-cha is fast and upbeat, Latinish, where the foxtrot is more elegant, but it's also kind of quick, so it wasn't that bad of a fusion. They had clean, clear transitions, meaning you could easily tell what was the foxtrot and what was the cha-cha. And they had good rhythm. However, a few of the judges caught a few mistakes with the cha-cha. And there also was debate on whether or not there was a lift, which lifts are not allowed in either of those dances. 27 out of 30 was their score. Jack and Cheryl had to fuse together the paso doble and the salsa. Paso doble is very spirited and high voltage. It's kind of like a bullfighting dance is where it originated. So it's very high energy. And then the salsa is also high energy, but it's more Latin and spicy. Salsa, you know. They also had good transitions, but he lost his footing in a few spaces, giving them a score also of 27 out of 30. Last but not least, Amber and Derek had a samba quick-step fusion. Unlike her competitors, I thought Amber's transitions were just okay, but I felt there wasn't enough samba. The judges had other opinions. She was given a perfect score, giving her a total of 94 out of 95 for the 2-night total. Lady Antebellum performed their current hit, Compass, before the grand announcement, but we don't have them here, so let's just get to the results. In third place was Jack and Cheryl. Jack was happy with the third place finish, saying that he's now tied with his sister, who also came in third place back in season 9. Cheryl was very emotional towards the end of this season because, according to her, Jack inspired her in more ways than just the normal, you know, he's got MS and he made it to the finals. But it really made her realize that life is bigger than you think. And it was interesting to see her show emotion so rawly, because you think, even though it's live TV, that these people, you know, stage their tears or they save their tears for after the cameras are gone, but Cheryl didn't care. And neither did Karina. Corbin and Karina came in second place, and he really didn't have a comment about his second place finish, which means that your Dancing with the Stars Fall 2013, aka Season 17 champions are Amber and Derek. While I'm not pleased with Derek's arrogant, I'm always going to win attitude that he seems to carry with him every season, I am happy that Amber won. After all, it's more about the celebrity than it is the pro. Amber's dancing was inspiring for many people, especially young, overweight women that feel that their weight is holding them back from their dreams. It doesn't only count towards dancing, and that's what Amber proved to the world by dancing. Yes, I'm sure she's lost weight being on the show, but she's still a larger woman than most of her age. She also kept dancing and performing well above average for someone who had knee injuries. The Dancing with the Stars Spring 2014, aka Season 18 edition, will kick off in March with the cast announcement in February on Good Morning America. And yes, I will be covering it again live on Facebook, since that seemed to go over pretty well. Basically, I will announce ahead of time the week before, whenever they're announcing it, and I will say, you know, if you're awake at 7 a.m. on Eastern Time, join me, and we will chat while waiting for the cast announcement. Although our opinions probably won't be chosen or even heard, who would you like to see dance on Dancing with the Stars? I have my list. I'd love to see Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order SVU. Vanna White, who has been approached, but she's just not quite on the cusp of saying yes yet. She says she would like the challenge, but she feels that she's overly competitive and she would really want to win. Katie Couric, Bobby Flay. Katie and Bobby actually have a pact that if one says yes, the other has to do it as well. Psychic Kim Russo, because she is world known, so she's technically a celebrity. I'd love to see her dance. However, since she's so incredibly gifted, I'm wondering if dancing in a studio that could be haunted would cause problems with her rehearsals. And last thing on my list, Judge Judy. She's also been approached numerous times, but hasn't said yes yet. I'd love to see that somebody with her tough mannerisms be melted into this dancer that has to listen to other people. It would be very interesting to watch. Also, Marilyn Milian, who's also a judge, would be interesting to see. The list could go on forever. Heck, if I was asked, I'd even do it. I'd hope my partner would be Tristan, because I think that he's the best teacher of all of the male dancers as far as personality-wise, and he never makes sure that he doesn't get too angry with the person he's dancing with, and he always makes sure that they stay, unhappy with themselves, meaning they don't overreact if they get a bad score, or if they can't seem to get a move. He's like, relax, you're going to be fine, and then he shows a different way to teach, which is cool. Since Dancing with the Stars is finished, what would you like to see take its place in the show until it returns? I need ideas to fill the huge space in the show. If I only do entertainment news, reviews, and reflection corner, that's a small show. Would you prefer that? Or do you have ideas as to what I could put in this space? Interviews with people of different professions. Any ideas are welcome. Feel free to comment either through YouTube, Google+, or on Facebook underneath the link. Really, really, really need ideas, because I really don't want to do that short of a show, although it would be nice for me, because I have homework and other obligations, but it's all about you guys, the fans. So if you guys have any ideas on what you'd like me to fill that space with, please let me know. I will listen to everything. The only thing I will not do is conspiracy theories, because A, I'm not into them. B, I think they're full of baloney. And C, it's just not, you can get those on CNN. I'm not CNN. I'm a home-based talk show that basically just tells entertainment news that you could probably find online. But I'm not CNN, and I don't want to be. You can get that news from CNN, ABC, NBC, whatever your news, Fox, whatever your news station is, they have the conspiracy theories. They have the whatever theories that you want to hear, go find them on there. This is mainly Dancing with the Stars based. However, obviously, when Dancing with the Stars is not on, I need something to fill that spot. So please give me ideas. Paranormal stuff. You want me to interview a medium, if you want me to interview a news anchor, I have one news anchor that I'm sure would be more than happy to be interviewed. Stuff like that. What would you like to see on this show to make it better, to make it get more viewers, to make it more professional? Anything you have, please let me know. And let's get to Reflection Corner, since I know it's Thanksgiving. These readings are taken from the Thanksgiving Mass. I rehashed my script because I was originally going to do this on Wednesday, but my sister was still here. So I decided to do it on Thanksgiving when my sister's away up in Henniker with her dad, and my nephew is also up there. So I can record my show without having them here. So the first reading is from Sirach chapter 50, verses 22 to 24. And now bless the God of all, who in every way does great things, who exalts our days from birth and deals with us according to his mercy. May he give us gladness of heart, and grant that peace may be in our days in Israel, as in the days of old. May he entrust to us his mercy, and let him deliver us in our days. Your psalm today is Psalm 138, verses 1 to 5. I give you thanks, O Lord, with my whole heart. Before the gods I sing your praise. I bow down toward your holy temple and give thanks to your name for your steadfast love and your faithfulness. For you have exalted above everything your name and your word. On the day I called, you answered me. My strength and soul you increased. All the kings of the earth shall praise you, O Lord, for they have heard the words of your mouth, and they shall sing of the ways of the Lord, for great is the glory of the Lord. Your second reading comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 3 to 9. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. I give thanks to God always for you, because of the grace of God which was given you in Christ Jesus, that in every way you were enriched in him with all speech and all knowledge, even as the testimony to Christ was confirmed among you, so that you are not lacking in any spiritual gift, as you wait for the revealing of our Lord Jesus Christ, who will sustain you to the end, guiltless in the day of our Lord Jesus Christ. God is faithful, by whom you were called into the fellowship of his Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. And today's gospel is from Luke chapter 17, verses 11 to 19. On the way to Jerusalem, he was passing along between Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered a village, he was met by 10 lepers, who stood at a distance and lifted up their voices and said, Jesus, Master, have mercy on us. When he saw them, he said to them, Go and show yourselves to the priests. And as they went, they were cleansed. Then one of them, when he saw that he was healed, turned back, praising God with a loud voice, and he fell on his face at Jesus' feet, giving him thanks. Now he was a Samaritan. Then said Jesus, Were not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? Was no one found to return and give praise to God except this foreigner? And he said to him, Rise and go your way. Your faith has made you well. I always find this gospel interesting because it really does. You're also wondering the same question. Where did the other 9 go? Did they just get healed and run off? And, take it for granted and just, woohoo, I'm healed. Out we go. It makes you wonder, and it makes you also think of today. How many people abuse the sacrament of confession? How many people abuse the sacrament of Mass? They go to Mass on Sunday, they look all holy and prayerful, and then when they get out of Mass, they swear, they, abuse their families, however, they don't live the Catholic or even Christian values outside of church. They think it's just an hour of their time where they can be holy, and then the rest of the day you get the idea. And that's kind of what makes me think of when I hear this gospel, is that one person that came back and praised God for healing him and stuck by him, obviously. He believed and he really was cleansed body and soul instead of just healed of his leprosy. And then the other 9 are disappeared. So, remember that when you go to church. Make sure, check, and do a value inventory, and make sure that when you leave Mass or confession, that you leave and continue that grace and not just dump it in the garbage and sitting outside of the church when you leave. This is a new Catholic year. We're awaiting the year of whatever the new title is. This past week, we ended the year of faith with the conclusion of the liturgical year. So I guess Happy Liturgical New Year. I believe there's been rumors that this year will be called the Year of Grace, which is something that this country needs. But I'm not 100% sure that is what it is this year. We shall see. As soon as I know, I will put it in the show for all my Catholic buddies. There is no saint of the day today, although there probably is. I just decided to honor Thanksgiving instead of a saint, and if I go to hell for that, oh well. But, I figured Thanksgiving is more important than saints, because in a way we're giving thanks for all the saints that come before us, and we're thankful for the blessings that we have today. The fan of the week is actually my sister, Susan. She has never been a fan of the week because she works really early hours and is usually already in bed when I post a trivia question. This week she's on vacation and was able to participate. However, she did look up the answer, which isn't against the rules. As with all fans of the week, she must now share my show with her wall and timeline. And she also can't answer next week's question, which will be fine because she's in bed by the time I post it. Which brings me to my next question. Would you like me to post the questions earlier in the day? Lately, I've been posting them late Sunday night, like midnight, 11:30, sometimes even 1 o'clock in the morning. Obviously, not everybody is up that early in the morning. They're usually sleeping. I just happen to be a night owl. Would you like me to post them during the day? Like, I can post them on Monday morning, which gives you all day Monday to answer the question. And then you might be a fan of the week some week if you can get it correctly. Like I said, looking up the answer is not against the rules. Just don't make it obvious that you looked it up like my sister did. Because the card that I use for my trivia game that I get the questions from, the answer was spotted owl, and she answered northern spotted owl. So she was very specific with her answer, which obviously showed that she looked it up, which is fine. You know, if you need to look it up, but remember, it's just a game, and all you get to do is be fan of the week. It's not like you're winning $1,000. So with that, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and for all you Black Friday shoppers, have fun. I choose to not shop, I bake. So have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you when I see you.